I have a new friend I'd like you to meet. It's my good old AI powered robot that you may remember from the past. Remember our Lewis Rossman attack drone? Oh yes, we're creating like version number 10 at this point. Anyways, when I say an AI robot, it actually has like a real computer on here. This is an AS6, I think it is. It's from Geekom. It's like a nuke unit that ASUS does. It has a 4 gigahertz processor in here, 32 gigs of RAM, NVMe drive, the whole 9 yards. Actually powering this thing off of a was it Goal Zero battery pack down here. And so this is a AI robot. We're gonna be able to talk to it. We're gonna be able to tell it to go and hunt down Lewis Rossman. Oh, it's a pretty thing. So, anyways, taking the dust off of that particular project from the past, and we're going to be building that out. Anyways, the exciting things that are going on here at Silicon Dojo. When I'm not tippy tap typing. Oh, this introduction to Python series. It's a series that it never ends. It's a Python series that keeps going on and on, my friend. Was it people kept what is it? It's a song that never ends. It goes on and on, my friend. Somebody started singing it not knowing what it was, and they kept on singing it because it is a song that has no end. Right? It's a series that has no end. It goes on and on, my friend. Someone started writing it not knowing what it was, and they kept on writing it because it is a series that has no end. Anyways, I'm sitting here. Oh, still tippy tap type out it. Tippy tap typing. Anyways, the self-paced introduction to Python series. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger. It's like, oh, can't forget classes. What about Lambda functions? Have you thought about Lambda functions, Eli? It's like, fine, I don't want to do Lambda functions. But is it really an introduction to Python series if you don't tell them what a Lambda function is? Anyways. So I sit here for a couple hours a day. I tippy tap type out the Python series. Then I get to play with my robot. Yay! Anyways, I'm hoping the paperwork for the Python series will be done maybe today. Let's be honest, probably Monday. Then I can start doing the videos. I think I can do somewhere between 5 to 10 of those videos a day. Honestly, it's pretty simple stuff, little 5-minute videos. So hopefully the introduction to Python series will be completely published. I don't know. January 1st. You want to say that? We'll say that. I think it'll happen. Seems like a good idea. But anyways, what I want to talk about today actually involves this. Sitting down and tippy tap typing is the concept of flow. I've been thinking about this. I've been reading this book. Nate Silverman. He created, 538, the survey polling company. He did this book recently. I think it's called On the Edge. I'm reading it. And it talks about like things like the flow state and how you get things done. I thought this was an interesting concept to talk about with like technology professionals, because this is one of the big problems that technology professionals can run into. Again, there are people that know technology, that are good with technology, and they're good employees and good entrepreneurs. And those things aren't necessarily the same. None of those things are necessarily the same, right? You can be amazing with technology and suck ass in your career. And you're like, what? But they know technology front and back. It's like, yeah, but again, if you're not shipping product, it's not about knowing technology. It's not about seeing the matrix. It's about clearing your work orders. Did you clear your work orders today? No, you're fired. Ugh. So anyways, I think this is an interesting concept to kind of think about. Again, especially in like the technology entrepreneur world. And that whole question of like, what product are you shipping? I think about this from years and years and years ago, right? So when I was going through college, back in the day when I had to scrimp in order to make money, I used to be a pizza delivery driver, right? And so I think one of the last pizza delivery jobs I ever had, I was out and I went to this pizza delivery place, got the job. Anyways, I was talking to the owner of the company, and all the pizza there was completely normal. It was normal pizza, right? So this was very early 2000s, when, pesto pizza and taco pizza and the fancy pizzas were taking over the pizza industry. And these people had pepperoni and sausage and mushroom and whatever else. And so I was talking to the owner. I'm like, just out of curiosity, why don't we do the special pizzas? And he looked at me and he said, honestly, Eli, they're a pain in the ass. And I was like, what? It's like, well, because like when you're doing pizzas, like we would have 200 plus pie hours. So a pie hour is how many pizzas went out of the store in one fucking hour, right? And so like on Friday nights or Saturday nights, again, you'd have 200 or 300 pie hours. That's how many pizzas went out of the store in a single hour. And so basically what he was talking about is really, when you look at it, pizza really is rapid manufacturing. If you really want to understand the key concepts of the modern technology world, you should go into the pizza business for a while. Because if you really want to think about it, right, that is rapid manufacturing. You have a product, the customer can customize it in any number of ways, and you actually you have to manufacture a product literally in like 10 minutes, and then just keep doing that hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times per hour. So one of the interesting things saying they're talking to the owner is like, well, the problem you run into, right, is, you think I complain about technology employees? Oh, right. So you got like minimum wage, pizza topper employees, right? And so like with all the toppings, one of the things to understand, right, is there is actually a science to the toppings. Because like if you put too many toppings on, the pizza will not cook properly. If you put too many toppings that are too liquidy on, it'll make the bottom too soft and raw. There's actually all this stuff that goes in. Like that's one of the things. And I remember being young, you want to top the pizza with as much crap as you can possibly put on it. The issue is the pizza actually doesn't cook that way, right? If you put too much crap on the pizza, it literally doesn't cook. So when they tell you to put a cup of something on, put a cup of something on. They tell you to put half a cup of something on, put half a cup of something on, because they've done the math. This is how the pizza cooks properly. So anyways, right, when you just got pepperoni and sausage and mushroom and all that kind of stuff, it's a pretty easy pizza engineering scenario. It's really kind of hard to screw up on the mushrooms. It's kind of hard to screw up on the black olives, right? You put too many black olives on, probably not going to be the end of the world. The problem is, right, you start getting like Mexican pizzas, and you got some lettuce on there, you got all kinds of, right? Making sure the toppings are balanced properly so the entire damn thing cooks is actually something that's a concerning issue. The other thing, too, is that the special toppings cost a lot more money, and you have to worry about wastage or employees eating your product. Again, this is one of those things, again, the real world with employees. So again, I worked at many pizza places when I was trying to make my way in the world. I worked for Little Caesars. I delivered pizzas for Little Caesars for a while. And they used to have chicken wings. And chicken wings were insanely popular. They just sold the hell out of chicken wings. Again, we go back 25 years ago. Chicken wings were new and cool, and they were selling so much of it. Anyways, our store finally got to the point where we stopped selling chicken wings because we were losing money. And so I go to the line manager, I'm like, I don't understand. I only came out with a vocational, program in entrepreneurship, so I must not understand something. How can we sell so much of this product and be losing money? It doesn't make sense. And she looked at me. It's like, well, Eli, the problem is no, we are selling a crap ton of chicken wings. We are making a lot of money selling those chicken wings. The issue is chicken wings cost a lot of money, right? Cheese isn't too bad. Flour isn't too bad. But chicken wings, that actually had a real cost. And she was like, well, yeah, and the problem is the employees keep eating all the chicken wings. So literally, this product we were selling an insane amount of. The employees were eating so much of it. Not only did it kill the profit, it actually made it a losing proposition. Real story. So she was like, "Yeah, we just can't afford to keep selling chicken wings anymore because you bastards keep eating all the profits." Like, oh, okay, right. So I'm at this other pizza place, right? And he's talking about that, right? You get pesto chicken, blah, blah, blah. It costs more money if you've got wastage. If the employees start eating it, you start losing money. And so, again, basically what he found for running this pizza place is you have pretty normal pizzas and people are pretty freaking happy about it, right? If you want a normal pepperoni pizza, you're going to order from this company and you're going to get a damn good pepperoni pizza. And he was fine. He was fine losing any of the additional business because he honestly didn't think there was that much additional business to be had. He's like, most people just want pepperoni pizza at the end of the day. And it was an interesting thing to be thinking about, again, from that entrepreneurial standpoint. And one of the questions to ask yourself is, are you providing so many services that you end up losing money even on services that should be highly profitable? Even though, like, the profit loss, technically, the resources for the service and how much money you make on the service, even though that should be insanely profitable, once you start getting all the other expenses and all the other crap out there, it becomes a massively losing proposition. It's kind of one of those things to think about and to ponder with what you're doing. This is one of the things I talk about when I have my tech company where I fucked up. Again, I admit it. I don't know why I fucked up. People fuck up, right? One of the things I screwed up on is I had an idea. I had a hypothesis. I was wrong. I was wrong. So my hypothesis was that it was harder to get a good client than it was to learn a new technology, right? Especially for me, it's really easy to learn technology. I would rather upsell high-value clients than find high-value clients. Seemed like a good idea, right? So we repaired their computers, we did their servers, we did their telephone systems, we did surveillance systems, we did websites, basically anything they needed. Again, I had the son of one of my clients, and he said the reason that his father liked me as a consultant is that his father had said, if he had asked me to put warp engines on his building, I would have come back with a quote the next day. I was like, yeah, well, fair enough. He wants warp engines. You just tell me how much money you got, we'll put the warp engines on. The problem that I didn't realize, and this seemed like a good idea, and again, revenue was good. Revenue was good. The problem is all these different services, they require different workflows. People interact with them different ways. It's weird, right? It's like, computer repair, that kind of thing. Basically, that was just a nice little money maker all day long. But you got into weird things like web design, right? So you build websites, even for the same clients, other clients you've done other stuff with. And they'll write the check for you. They'll write the check for you before you've done any work. They come in, they say, we need a website. You're like, it'll be this much money. And they're like, here's the money, here's the cash. They'll pay you up front. What, you're like, well, what's the snark with that? Oh, let me tell you the snark. Yeah, and then they just want it done. They just want it. They don't really realize it's a partnership. I need more from you than your money to build a website. What pictures do you want me to put up? What content do you want me to put up? Oh, you can just write it. Okay, I need information for your about page. Just write something. Yeah, that's not how it works. Okay, look, you want a gallery. I need pictures. Oh, just put some pictures up. No, I need pictures from you, right? There's all this kind of stuff. Again, surveillance systems and projects. And one of the things you run into is again, you get into the whole bit of the chicken wing thing, where you got all these digital chicken wings that on paper are making you a shit ton of money. Practically you're sucking wind, right? And again, I've been thinking about it a lot with that lately, with the whole Silicon Dojo thing, right? And basically, I want to sell pepperoni pizzas. Again, I'm to a certain age. I've traveled around the world. I've done a lot of amazing stuff. Again, really what do I want to do? Can I be honest with you? I just want to sell pizzas. I just want to sell I don't just want to sell pizza. I want to sell pepperoni pizzas. Here's a pepperoni pizza, go the fuck away. Here's a pepperoni pizza, go the fuck away. Here's a pepperoni pizza, go the fuck away. Hey, we'll give you a sausage pizza, right? Sausage is about as far as I want to go. And I've been thinking about that again with Silicon Dojo, because again, the idea was supposed to be this in-person education thing. Didn't work out too well in Asheville, so trying to figure out what to do. And again, as I go through all these things and try to figure things out, one of the problems you get into is kind of like the chicken wing scenario. Like, yeah, like yes, you can do this, and yes, there's interest there, but then how do you meld that into the rest of the business? Again, as I say, I love Research Triangle. No snark to Research Triangle. Nicest geeks I've ever met in my life. They've actually got industry. They've actually got tech people there. They actually have a community that gives a damn, right? And actually puts money on the table and the rest of it. The problem that I'm running into, again, it's 3.5 hours away, right? Durham is closest to me, so it's 3 hours and 20 minutes away. So to go there, 3 hours and 20 minutes, then you have to do a hotel room, then you have to do all this other stuff. And what I'm looking at, again, with this whole how do you make a pepperoni pizza type deal, not how do you make a pepperoni pizza, how do you ship 300 pepperoni pizzas an hour, is the issue is every single service that I do is another thing that kind of takes you out of flow, right? So when I'm sitting here, I'm creating these e-classes, right? So the self-paced thing. So I just sit there and like 40 fucking modules. I have 40 modules. But here's the thing. I click on one module. I type all the information up for that module. I look at it. Fine, it's ready. Click, save. Go to the next module. Save. Go to the next module. I'm not really sure how to explain this. Fuck it, I'll come back to this module. Go to the next module. Da-da. Go to the next module. Da-da. Oh, go back to that module that I decided not to do a couple of modules ago because I now understand how to phrase that better. Because you sit there and you can get into flow. Your focus is, I'm just gonna sit here and knock out modules. And when you get into that flow, you get into a pace, you get into a pattern, you get into a rhythm, where you just do one after the other, 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 after the other. All right. Again, once I go and I start doing videos for these, again, I probably will be able to do about 10 videos a day because I'll figure out which modules I want to talk about that day. I'll line it up. Here's how to do lambda functions. Here's how to do classes. Here's how to do variables. Ba, 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 ba. I get 10 of those recorded. I sit down to Final Cut, import, cut, snip, snip, and send it through the encoder and upload it, right? You get into the flow. But the issue is, right? Think about trying to do that work if you have things that are mucking with your flow. So I go to do, a video. So I'm going to talk about lambda functions. Oh, right before I'm able to talk about lambda functions, I get a call and I have to deal with something. And then I come back. I'm like, okay, lambda functions. So I get into the mindset, I do lambda functions. Like, okay, so I just did the lambda functions. Okay, now we're going to get to classes. And then I'm about to talk about classes, and something else hits. Like, fuck. And then let's say I get through like 5 of those. Like, I'm supposed to get through 10 of those a day, and I got through 5 because I got interrupted. Now think about this. If I can just be reset. Okay, this is Monday. I got through 5. I was supposed to get through 10. No big deal. Did not hit my goal, but it's fine. Tomorrow I'm going to come in and I'm going to knock out 10. Oh, but tomorrow you can't knock out 10 because you're driving to Durham. Not only are you driving to Durham, you can't knock out 10 tomorrow because you're driving to Durham, but you can't knock out 10 tomorrow or the next day or the next day or the next day. So now it's not that you're going to be able to do it on Tuesday. Now you're going to be able to do it on Friday. And Friday has got to be after you've done 3 days of travel and training. So then you got to be in the right mindset. And then you get to Friday. And then you go to do 10. You don't really get through 10. Maybe you get through 5. Hopefully you get through 5. And you're really kind of tired. And so then you go to Monday. Then Monday, you're like, okay. Last week I was supposed to get like 20 or 30 of these damn classes, videos out. I only got 10. Okay, I need to focus. Oh, crap. But I got to prepare for this other thing. Fuck, how much time is that going to take? That's going to take me a day or two. Right, you see how all these different things take you out of the flow of what you're doing. If your goal is to ship 300 pie an hour, should you be mucking around with many other things? It's one of those things to consider. Again, it's what I'm thinking about now as we're pushing forward. Because I'm here. I'm in Asheville. Because people ask if I'm leaving Asheville. I talk so glowingly about Durham. Everybody thinks I'm leaving Asheville. No, we own our house. I do like Asheville. Look, the economy in Asheville sucks. I think that's one of the funny things is because of what I'm trying to do, I actually have to pay attention to like the economy and people that aren't doing so well in it. And that sucks. That sucks. But otherwise, again, we got mountains. We got beautiful air. I go running. I ran 10 miles this morning. There's lots of wonderful stuff about Asheville. So if I don't pay attention to the economy, if I don't have to worry about how my neighbor gets fed, that's grim. It's not a bad place. So that's what I'm trying to figure out: is how to create something with the intent of empowering people to make their lives better through technology education. From living here in Asheville, what am I actually able to do? And where can I put my efforts for the best ROI? And I don't know. That's what I'm pondering. So we got the self-study, the self-paced series. They're coming. We're still doing the Zoom. The Zoom is good. The Zoom is synergistic. Again, we're going to be doing study hall or whatever. We're going to be doing office hours. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. That's what I'm trying to figure out with all of this. Is again, how do you put it into the product? How do you put it in the product? Like we still sold salads. You could buy a pizza, you could buy a salad. And you're like, well, wait a minute, why did you get rid of chicken wings, but you kept salads? Because salads were not a massive seller. Salads did not have a huge profit margin, but the employees didn't eat the shit out of salads. The boss never walked in and said, where did that box of salad go? Right? So you can make your pizza, and if somebody with salad, you grab salad stuff and throw it in. So it was very, very synergistic. It was like, oh, you're buying a pizza, but you want to pretend they're being healthy, so you can buy some salad too. We make profit off of both of it, and employees don't eat the salad. So it's relatively synergistic. I'm trying to figure out the salads of Silicon Dojo. That's what I'm trying to do here. What is the pizza and what is the salad? Or again, like the bottle of Coke. Oh, they're getting a pizza, grab a 2-liter of Coke. You just grab the Coke. Anyways, something to ponder. But I do think this is one of those things with having real world experience, like going out there and living a life and doing interesting things. I know pizza delivery does not sound like an interesting thing, but it is kind of curious because if you really do think about it, if you really think about it, pizza is rapid manufacturing, like the essence of rapid manufacturing. You're literally manufacturing a customized product on demand and doing it at a shocking scale. Again, when I worked at some of these pizza places, again, 300 pie hours, and we'd have 30 delivery drivers. I mean, you don't think about it. We had a crap ton of delivery drivers all going through. And I think about it, like it's if I didn't want to do tech education, if I was going to look at a model for how I'd want to do business going into the future, I actually do believe it would be the pizza delivery business. Like everybody's all like, oh, like we're the Uber, we're the Airbnb. Like, could you be the Domino's Pizza? Like, it's so funny. Like, things are so normal. There's like these weird businesses in the world that become so normal, you don't actually realize how kind of sort of revolutionary they are. Again, something like pizza delivery. And then you don't think about like, how could you scale up pizza delivery into something bigger than just pizza delivery? And I will point out, pizza delivery drivers are actually employees. Let's put that on the table. Again, in this world of gig economy, pizza delivery drivers are actually employees. But anyways, that's its own story. So there you go. Something to think about. How do you get into flow state? How can you set up the systems for your business so you're just shoving those pizzas out the door? Is chicken wings the next great breakthrough for your business? Or is it the next reason you're going to go bankrupt? And is it going to fail for the reasons that you think it will? That's always a funny thing. Again, like in business, there's so many ways to fail. There's so many shocking ways to fail. You're like, wow. Anyways, that's all I got to say. SiliconDojo.com, still working on the Python series. Hopefully that'll be out soon, and then we'll be doing more and more of those series. I really do like that whole self paced education thing along with the online Zoom classes. I think that really that meshes well. So we'll see how that goes. Anyways, that's all I got. See y'all later.